Hey, welcome back to my channel, Beauty by Nisha. If you don't know, my name is Nisha, and today I'm actually going to be showing you and doing a review of the new Fenty Beauty by Rihanna concealers and the setting powder. I have a few Fenty Beauty things like the foundation. I do have a highlighter and then one of the glosses, and I love it. The foundation is one of my favorite go-to foundations. I use it regularly, almost every day. It's affordable, not only that, but there's so many shade ranges that it's so easy for me to find my shade any time of the year and use the same foundation. So it's perfect, I love it. But then they released the concealers, and there's 50 shade ranges of concealer, which is amazing. So hopefully there is a shade for you, but I wanted to put it to the test and see if it's actually worth it and like how good it is. Is it comparable to the foundation that she has released? I mean, like I said, I love the foundation, so will I fall in love with the concealer? Also, the setting powder that comes along with it, super beautiful, really nice, but we'll see if it actually helps set that concealer, bake my face, as well as last all day. So if you want to see a review of the Fenty Beauty new concealer and as well as the setting powder, then continue to watch and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, so I have already done my eye makeup because I'm not going to show you an eye makeup tutorial. Okay, so first I'm going to put a primer on my face. I do not have the Fenty primer. Don't know why, I've never tried it. I've heard great things, just don't have it. I'm going to use my Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. You don't need much of this primer because it will basically turn your face white if you use too much. But it is one of my favorite primers ever because, I mean, it just works amazing. Okay, so we are primed, and now I'm gonna use my Fenty Beauty foundation. I use the shade 260. This one is like my spring summer shade, so it's a little bit dark for me right now, but in the winter I have been using the Makeup Forever HD foundation. It's really lightweight, so like medium coverage, or like actually probably like more like probably less than medium coverage, but I like it for the winter because I tend to break out more in the winter due to dry skin. But this one is my favorite spring and summer shade and foundation. Who decided to wear a white sweater while doing makeup? I did. I decided that that was a good idea. Okay, so let's get into the concealer first because we're going to conceal and then we're going to bake our face. Okay, so for the concealers, they do recommend like which concealer to use for each shade range that you're in. So for mine, because I used 260, I got 260, of course, because that's for my shade range for actually concealing and covering up. And then I also went down a shade to make it a little bit lighter for those highlights I want to do. So I went to 230. So we'll see how much lighter it really is. Not really sure, but we'll see what happens. So I'm gonna go in with the 260 first. So it's like a mini foundation bottle. It's so cute. I love it. So far, just applying it, like this shade is has a really orangey undertone. So I don't know if it really would be the best one. Like if it were me, I don't think I would recommend this one for my shade in the foundation just because it's got a very orangey or yellowy undertone. But let's blend it and see what happens. So once it's blended in, it doesn't look as bad, and it definitely doesn't leave like an orangey like overtone. So that's kind of nice. Like it's just when you apply it, I guess. But let's go in with the 230 for highlighting and see how much lighter it actually is. I mean, in the bottle, it looks like it's going to be quite a bit lighter compared to 260. I'm just going to compare it for you. So here is the 230 and then here is 260. Quite a bit of a difference. I would say this one looks a lot lighter and maybe a little bit less orangey, but we'll see when it's actually out and on my skin. Okay, so far the 230 is actually perfect for highlighting. It is just a little bit lighter, so it will highlight. You could go lighter if you really wanted to, but I prefer to just go one shade down, and let's blend it and see how it works. Okay, so far it blends really nice. It still keeps its like tone. I don't notice it oxidizing at all, which I know is one of the complaints with the actual foundation itself. I didn't notice the foundation oxidizing on me when I first started trying it out. It could definitely have to do with like the pH in your skin. So I don't really have any issues with that, but I just wanted to see if maybe I'd have issues with the concealer, and so far I don't. For the coverage for the concealer, I think it's pretty good. I like it. I would say medium to full coverage for sure. I like that you have the option to scrape off a little bit of less if you want to just do, or use like the very tip of the actually like the application brush to just use like a little bit of light coverage if you wanted to, or you could go in with the full coverage and just use the flat side. So it's really nice. I like that option. So far I feel like you definitely need to set it because it's doing the like whole like clumping thing in the creases under my eyes, so definitely need to set this. So let's get into using the actual setting powder and see how well it sets. So for the setting powder, I actually got two shades as well. So I got the shade Banana, and then I got the shade in Butter. Butter is a lighter shade. Like more or less, I'd probably use it for more like highlighting and such, as well as in the winter. This one is more, I would say, like my spring, summer tone. It's a little bit more, looks like it has a little bit more of like a yellowish undertone. So let's go in, and we're gonna use Butter today because I feel like that's going to be more of the shade that I want to use, and if not, well then too bad, we made a mistake and used the wrong powder. So okay, so let's first talk about this packaging. I love it. It's so like classy looking. I don't know, it just looks really elegant. Like most setting powders are just in your basic like round little setting powder container with the name on it. Like it's not really anything too crazy, but this is like a little, oh my god, this is like a little bit, I would say just like a little bit nicer and more sleek. I do like the packaging, but let's get in on the setting. So it has like one of those things over top. Oh god, I shook it too much. No. This is what happens when you get too excited. Personally, I think a wet beauty blender is not the best idea for this one. I can try a dry one and see how that works. So if you really want to like really set it, I recommend using a dry blender. I personally like beauty blenders for it. I feel like I have more control, as well as like when I use a brush, it's kind of all over me. So try to use a blender. Okay, and then while I let that set, I'm going to go in and just bronze it up and contour just a little. I'm not going to do anything crazy today. Okay, so brows are done. I feel like it's set long enough. Let's swipe it off and see what happens. So far it's so good. It looks for the most part like a smooth finish. I feel like it could be smoother, but that could just be my face. But not bad. It's kind of like drying on my skin, and I don't know if it's a mix of the concealer and the setting powder, because like under my eyes kind of feels like a little tight. Here feels fine. My skin is usually pretty oily in this area. I mean, makeup still came off when I rubbed lightly, unfortunately, but it's very minimal. It's not a whole lot. Let's see. Nothing under eye came off though, so bonus, good. So I would say that setting powder does its job. All right, so far not so bad. It's not horrible, but it's like really good. I wouldn't say it's like outstanding amazing. It could very well just be my skin type right now too, so on your skin it might be better. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't use it. I'm just saying if you have combination skin, like right now my skin is a little bit more oily. My skin has been breaking out, but it also is very quick to get dry. So I have to be very careful with the products I use, because it could be a product that I use to help with the oiliness, but then it can dry out my skin very quickly and it's not a good time. So just FYI, my skin is very weird. So far I like the concealer for sure. For sure, concealer is like awesome. The shades worked perfectly with what they recommended. I mean, like I said, with the 260 concealer, I was a little concerned that it had a little bit too much of an orangey undertone, but no, it blended out perfectly. It wasn't there anymore. The setting powder, I like it. I will continue to use it. I don't know if it's going to last all day, but we'll see what happens. It's just a little bit tight under my eyes. Like maybe it was a little bit too much that I used. So maybe next time I use a little less and see if that helps with the tightness. But down here it feels fine, probably because I used a little bit less than what I use under my eyes. It's not as fluffy as, say, like the Easy Bake Huda Beauty one. So it's like, because that one is very like fluffy and very easy to use, I would say. Like it's like when you put it on, you don't even really notice it because it's so light and fluffy. Whereas this one is like kind of more like dense, I guess, and it's not as fluffy as that one. I guess I'm just used to like the Huda Beauty one, because that's one of the ones I use all the time. But this one is, in comparison to the other ones that I use, I would say like the MAC one as well as the Makeup Forever HD one. The Laura Mercier one is, I would say, is probably better than the Fenty one. I personally like that one more so far. I did go ahead and get a new lip gloss that the Stunna Lip Paint by Fenty Beauty. I don't have any of them, so I did finally just like cave because I was going on like a Fenty Beauty haul. So I bought the shade Uncuffed. So it's kind of like I would say like a rosy kind of nude-ish color, but more on the rose side. Let's open it up. I love the packaging on these ones. They're so cool. So the thing I really like about this applicator that it has is that one side is like a little bit of like a pointed tip, so it makes it easy for you to line your lips, because it doesn't have a lip liner that matches this, but this will help you like line, and then you just use the rest to fill everything in. Super handy, so I don't need to have a matching or close to lip liner to match this shade. This is awesome. I don't know why I haven't bought more of these. And I love like how it's like matte and it's like, it feels nice. I like it. And there you have it, a quick little review of the new Fenty Beauty concealer and setting powder, as well as a little quick demonstration and quick first time use of the Fenty Beauty Stunna Lip. I hope that this helps you decide if you want to purchase these products. I have combination skin, oily and dry, so far it works for me. The concealer, the setting powder, I'm still on the fence about just because it's a little tight under my eyes, but over time hopefully that does go away. Maybe next time when I use less setting powder than I did today, then maybe I won't have that feeling, so fingers crossed. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell to be notified when I upload a new video. Thanks. Bye.